Be ready to dive deep into everything happening with the Philadelphia Eagles because there is so much to unpack as we approach the playoffs. The team is in a unique position where confidence meets performance, and you can feel it when you watch the way players are talking and moving on the field. Devontae Smith has been stepping up and showing exactly the kind of football he wants to play, and that mindset is crucial heading into a postseason where every play counts. His approach is simple yet effective. It doesn't matter who the opponent is, whether it's the second seed, third seed, home, or away. The goal remains the same: play your brand of football and execute it well. That kind of clarity and focus from a wide receiver is what can elevate the offense and put pressure on the defense to respond in kind. Even as fans, it's exciting to see this mentality because it reflects a team that's not bogged down by the regular season record or minor setbacks, but is instead looking ahead with purpose. 11-6 might not tell the full story of the ups and downs of the season, but it certainly provides a solid foundation for the challenges ahead. It's a record that reflects resilience, moments of brilliance, and growth in crucial areas, particularly on the defensive side of the ball, which has been remarkable. Some rankings place the Eagles behind other top teams like the Chargers, but when you observe the closing stretch of the season, the defense stands out as one of the most formidable units in the league, only rivaled perhaps by Houston. The ability to stop the run, pressure the quarterback, and execute in key moments has been evident, and that sets the tone for a playoff atmosphere where every possession can swing momentum. Jalen Hunt has been a prime example of this impact. His journey this season has been fascinating to follow. Initially, many doubted his readiness, including myself, but his performance has silenced those doubts. Leading the team in both sacks and interceptions is no small feat, and it highlights his versatility and football intelligence. Having played multiple positions from defensive back to linebacker in college and high school, he brings a hybrid skill set that allows him to make game-changing plays. His ability to read the field, anticipate the quarterback's moves, and adjust quickly under pressure has been a major asset. The defensive line as a whole has been impressive, with players like Jalen Phillips adding significant value to stopping the run and batting balls at the line of scrimmage. While Phillips might not be leading in sacks, his presence alters offensive schemes and forces mistakes, proving that impact isn't always measured in statistics alone. The combination of Hunt's edge-rushing ability and Phillips' disruptive presence strengthens the entire defensive front and gives the Eagles confidence heading into high-stakes matchups. On the offensive side, attention is drawn to the emerging talent of Trot Jr., whose performance against the Commanders has showcased his readiness to contribute at a high level. 12 tackles, 4 stops, 3 pressures, 2 quarterback hits, and a tackle for loss in a single game is an impressive stat line, reflecting not only athleticism, but also situational awareness and adaptability. While questions remain about how much opportunity he will get in Philadelphia, given the depth chart and contracts of other linebackers, his potential is undeniable. Coaches and teammates alike recognize his work ethic, preparation, and ability to rise to the occasion, which can make a significant difference in critical playoff moments. The chemistry within the linebacker core, including Nico Dean, Zach Bond, and Jihad Campbell, sets up an interesting dynamic for offseason decisions and the strategic deployment of players. But Trot Jr.'s presence ensures that the Eagles have reliable depth capable of executing at a professional level. Moving back to team-wide considerations, the playoffs are a time where past records and previous disappointments are left behind. Players are approaching the upcoming matchup against the San Francisco 49ers with a clear mindset: win or go home. The communication among the team has been focused on the essentials, emphasizing preparation, readiness, and executing their game plan without being distracted by seeding or perceived advantages. Confidence is palpable in the locker room. Players are speaking with conviction about their ability to compete, and body language reflects that same sense of belief. It is one thing to say you're confident, but demonstrating it through posture, interaction, and focus during practices and pre-game preparations reveals a team that is mentally prepared for the postseason grind. Stopping the run against the 49ers will be a critical focus, as Christian McCaffrey remains one of the most dynamic offensive players in the league. Discipline, gap integrity, and tackling efficiency will be essential for containing him and limiting big plays. The Eagles know that when you reach this stage of the season, every opponent, regardless of recent results or injuries, poses a legitimate threat. San Francisco has shown resilience even with a difficult stretch, including a 6-game winning streak late in the season and the ability to perform in close games. Underestimating such teams is never an option, and the Eagles' approach to preparation reflects that awareness. The strategic balance between health, rest, and maintaining competitive intensity is delicate, especially with all starters expected to go into the game fully fit. Maintaining peak physical condition while keeping mental sharpness is a challenge that requires careful management from the coaching staff. Kevin Patullo's role in this process cannot be understated, as his ability to ensure that both offensive and defensive units are synchronized and ready to execute is pivotal. Observing how the team reacts under this guidance provides insight into their adaptability and readiness for high-pressure situations. Meanwhile, players like Lane Johnson returning from injuries add stability and experience to the offensive line, which is crucial for both pass protection and creating lanes for the running game. While some offensive inconsistencies occur during the season, the potential for explosive plays remains, especially when the team executes its brand of football effectively. Averaging around 24 points per game in the playoffs could realistically set up opportunities for the Eagles to dominate opponents and advance toward the Super Bowl. There's a sense that the NFC side is fully within their grasp, with the AFC posing fewer obstacles given the current state of their top teams. The focus, therefore, remains on controlling their own destiny through disciplined execution and seizing key moments in each game. Players are fully aware of the stakes, and the integration of emerging talent with seasoned veterans creates a dynamic environment where preparation meets opportunity. Whether it is a clutch defensive play, a well-timed sack, or an explosive offensive drive, every contribution is magnified in the postseason, highlighting the importance of each player embracing their role. The ability to adjust strategies mid-game, recognize opponent tendencies, and execute under pressure is what defines elite teams, and the Eagles have demonstrated these qualities at key moments throughout the season. Player leadership, both on and off the field, has contributed to a culture where accountability and execution are prioritized, allowing younger players to step up and veterans to maintain consistency. It's clear that entering the playoffs, this team is not just focused on winning individual matchups, but on sustaining a standard of excellence that can carry them through multiple rounds of high-stakes competition. The combination of emerging talent like Trott Jr., the versatility of Jalen Hunt, the stability provided by veterans such as Lane Johnson, and the defensive prowess of the front seven gives the Eagles a multidimensional threat that opponents will struggle to contain. Every matchup becomes a chess game, with preparation, adjustments, and in-game decisions determining the outcome. The Eagles have positioned themselves to capitalize on both their strengths and their depth, ensuring that even in the face of adversity, the team can execute effectively and maintain a competitive edge. Confidence, clarity of purpose, and execution remain at the heart of the team's strategy, setting up what could be an unforgettable postseason run. As the Eagles move deeper into the postseason, the intensity of preparation and focus on execution becomes even more critical. The matchup against the San Francisco 49ers is shaping up to be a clash that tests both strategic planning and the ability to perform under pressure. Every play, from the opening snap to the final whistle, matters exponentially more now than it did during the regular season. Players have internalized the mantra of win or go home, and it shows in the way they approach practice, film study, and communication on the field. It's not just about physical preparation. The mental aspect of football at this stage cannot be overstated. The ability to stay calm, make split-second decisions, and anticipate opponent adjustments is what separates a good team from a championship contender. Devontae Smith embodies this mindset, focusing on executing his brand of football without being distracted by opponents' reputations or seeding. This focus allows the offense to operate with confidence, knowing that each player understands his role and the team's overall objectives. The chemistry between receivers, quarterbacks, and offensive linemen has steadily improved, and this cohesion could be the difference in high-pressure situations, particularly when facing a disciplined defensive unit like the 49ers. The offensive line, now reinforced by returning veterans and healthy starters, provides both protection and mobility, enabling the quarterback to read the field effectively and make quick, decisive throws. Meanwhile, the running game remains a critical component, forcing defenses to respect multiple threats and opening up opportunities for big plays in the passing game. On the defensive side, stopping the run and limiting explosive plays is the primary focus against San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey is a dynamic player capable of changing the course of a game, and containing him requires precise tackling, gap discipline, and anticipation. Defensive players like Jalen Hunt and Jalen Phillips have shown that they can rise to the occasion in critical moments, disrupting plays, creating turnovers, and influencing the offensive rhythm. Their versatility and football intelligence are key assets in high-stakes games, allowing the Eagles to adapt to different formations and offensive strategies. Trot Jr.'s emergence also provides depth and reliability at linebacker, ensuring that the team can maintain intensity and performance even if injuries or rotations become a factor. His ability to make tackles, pressure the quarterback, and support the run defense adds another layer of security for the team, giving coaches flexibility in scheming and substitutions. The confidence among players is evident, not only in their statements, but in their interactions, movements, and energy on the field. Leadership from veterans reinforces this mindset, guiding younger players and ensuring that everyone is aligned with the team's goals. The playoffs are a different environment, where the margin for error shrinks and every detail, from blocking assignments to coverage responsibilities, can influence the outcome of the game. Teams that thrive in this atmosphere are those that combine preparation, skill, and adaptability, and the Eagles have demonstrated the ability to execute all three consistently. The combination of a disciplined defense, a versatile and confident offense, and emerging talents capable of rising to the occasion creates a balanced team ready to handle the complexities of postseason football. Looking back at the regular season, the Eagles demonstrated resilience, overcoming injuries, difficult matchups, and moments of inconsistency to finish strong. That momentum carries into the playoffs, where confidence and execution are intertwined. Every player understands that their contribution is magnified in the postseason, and the responsibility to perform at a high level rests on each individual. The coaching staff has emphasized preparation, focus, and adaptability, reinforcing the idea that success depends on a combination of talent, strategy, and mental fortitude. Watching the team in practice and in games, it's clear that they're internalizing these lessons and applying them effectively. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers circulating around the league suggest that the Philadelphia Eagles may be preparing for an extended absence from one of their most physically imposing figures. According to quiet chatter coming out of team circles, defensive tackle Jordan Davis is dealing with a concussion serious enough to alter the organization's short-term and medium-range plans. While officially there is little more than guarded language, the prevailing rumor is that the Eagles are prepared to hold Davis out until March, prioritizing recovery over any temptation to rush him back into action. The speculation has grown louder as insiders point to a notably cautious approach from the Eagles' medical and coaching staffs. Concussions remain one of the most delicate injuries in football, particularly for linemen whose game depends on constant contact and explosive collisions. In Davis's case, the belief is that symptoms lingered long enough to trigger a conservative timeline, one that stretches beyond what fans might typically expect for a player of his profile. Around the locker room, the tone is said to be supportive but realistic. Davis is viewed as a foundational piece, a player whose long-term impact outweighs any short-term absence. Holding him out until March would allow for a full neurological reset, extended monitoring, and a carefully managed return-to-football program without competitive pressure. This approach aligns with a broader league trend that favors longevity and player welfare, even if it demands patience. From a football standpoint, the rumor raises intriguing questions. The Eagles may be forced to lean more heavily on rotational depth along the interior defensive line, potentially reshaping snap distributions and development priorities. Coaches, according to speculation, see this as an opportunity rather than a setback, believing that a fully healthy Davis returning in March could enter the next phase stronger, sharper, and more confident. Until the team speaks definitively, all of this remains conjecture. Still, the prevailing sense is that the Eagles are thinking long-term, and that Jordan Davis's road back to the field will be measured, deliberate, and intentionally delayed. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.